What is a Oguchi saying? The recent Federal High Court ruling barring federal allocations to Rivers State raises serious questions about the boundaries of federal power and state rights in Nigeria. According to human rights lawyer Festus Oguchi, in an interview with Arise News, Oguchi argued that the federal structure relies on states coming together to form a unified system, voluntarily donating powers to the central government. However, he warned that withholding a state allocation undermines this structure and could drive a state to consider withdrawing from the federation entirely. In federal systems, it is the states that come together to form a unified fora. They donated their powers to the center, no matter how flawed our own system is, Oguchi explained, asserting that states retained their authority and should not face unilateral deprivation of resources they contribute to the national structure. He highlighted the serious repercussions of such actions, suggesting that they can opt out of the federation, which is a possibility. Hmm. What he said, in federal system, it is the state that come together to form a unified fora, and they donate their powers to the center, no matter how flawed our system is. It is the authority of the state that whatever authority or power it wills. If you deny a state structure of its entitlement by way of its allocation, which should be a replication of why it also contributes, supposedly contributes to the national structure, they can opt out of the federation, which is a possibility. So they will say they are not part of the country, or they are not part of the federal or the federation. Okay, and you have not even gotten Biafra state. What has that got to do? River State cannot even go anywhere. They remain slave sold to the Fulanis by Britain to block the Igbos, so they will be stealing oil unmolested. A slave doesn't even have power to opt out. They go nowhere. You didn't mention your Azikwe and Agwin seed that enslaved us to the Fulanis. Yeah, if you think it is not even making sense, it means you lack what it takes to understand him. A state can decide to cut itself from the center of government by not allowing the federation to tap into their taxes through some agents. There is no agent or agency that can function well if the state refuses to support. Of course, they know all these ones, but they will think that Fubara no get liver to do that thing. But he go surprise you now. He has his own power. He has his own power. There is no doubt about that. But they believe that he dare not. He no go figure that mind. Yeah, which day Fubara start politics. Hmm. Nigeria judiciary is now a terrorist organization turning justice upside down, no longer for common citizens. Opt out of the federation, wonders never end. To deny an oil-producing state its allocation is dangerous, more especially a state like Rivers State. I am foreseeing a problematic 2025 confusion. Please handle Rivers State issues with proper care. Mr. Festus Oguchi has spoken the mind of most Nigerians. The governor could decide not to contribute to the state resources to the national purse to develop his state. If his people say, this is what we want you to do, we are the one who put it there, and the people have say, what happens? Mr. President did it well. He was governor of Lagos. When he was governor of Lagos State, yeah, Tinubu did that. I'm highly disappointed by your speech. The whole of you can make such a statement. It means Nigeria is really in problem. How a man like you will ever dream that because a court of law withhold the allocation of a state for improper procured appropriation budget bill, and he was asked to do the right thing, then now this Gbadu, now they go do this thing. But they were hailing Tinubu in his days when Obasanjo withheld Lagos State money. Then heaven did not fall, so River State government should do the right thing. Okay, they were within the federation, they were not a republic, but Tinubu was working with his House of Assembly members, unlike who is working with only 4 against 27. Where are the 27? Is it the one that defected or what? Yoruba syndrome everywhere. You people will never change because of that wicked hypocrite in you. So it should be applicable to anybody because it appears to Tinubu. Is that the right thing to do? Punish the poor because of a wicked, selfish political interest. Is there any correlation between what happened in Lagos to what is happening now in Rivers State? Please endeavor to learn more about Nigeria polity. You are too backward. Is the rule by one man? It is a process the state must get its support from the state constituted legislative and judicial arm of government and the entire people of the state. It is not an easy task and process. If you think you are bigger than federal governments, go and create your own state on your own country because River State belongs to all of us. You cannot expect us to overlook Fubara to continue rubbishing River State money with four goods claim to be legislators. Like play, Naija dey comot from lawfulness to lawlessness. Judgment is a dozen of Peru. Please stop the blackmail. This country is governed by the rule of law and no state or state governor is above the law. Talk to your governor to obey courts. Which obey courts? What of those people? Okay, you should know them by their name. You shall know them. The ones that defected to present this into the defected people. Mm. Unfortunately, Mr. Prof, you forgot that Nigeria is a unitary federation, which is far different from the federalism you are describing. Maybe in reality, it is a unitary system, but on paper, which they are still going to follow, it is a democratic system of government. I think this is the most appropriate suggestions after all the oil is enough to cater for themselves. This is what I have been saying. How can that be, please? The state can also block some of those taxes in which the federal government normally collects in that state. Should, in case you see doubt, it is the state that will create an enabling environment for those tax collectors. Everybody's proving to know the law. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.